I just rewatched Qala. Now, usually the first time I watch a film, it's mostly for the plot and the performances, and it's only on the rewatch that I start to notice the subtleties, the nuances, the visual language of the movie. And on rewatching Qala, I realized that the film kind of, through its visual language and many motives, foreshadows the entire plot. Let's start at the very beginning. The title card for Qala. The Q is also a symbol for Mercury, which is not just a poison that destroys Jagan's life, but also becomes symbolic of Qala's very nature herself, because she ends up being somewhat self-destructive. If we closely observe the embroidery on her sarees, the moth pattern continues to grow bigger and more prominent. It is externalizing her guilt in a way, but I think it also draws from the idea of fatal attraction, because Qala herself is drawn towards the light and the glamour, the validation and the success, and she is ultimately destroyed by the very thing that she's chasing. Take into consideration the colors used in the movie. In the beginning, everything is kind of pale, dark, clinical almost. It shows the coldness of that sense of abandonment that she felt from her mother. But when she starts to gain fame, the palette changes. Golds, dark reds, which looks luxurious on the surface, but it also starts to feel emotionally suffocating. I think it was trying to show the transition that she goes from being neglected to being exploited. My favorite observation, however, is the chiaroscuro lighting, where half of Qala's face is often in the shadows and the other half remains illuminated. It shows her as a morally grey character. The garden from her home, the Mercury maze that she and Jagan play with, it almost feels like they showcase a labyrinth that was built for her in a way that she would never be able to escape. This movie worked beautifully for me on the rewatch because every frame felt intentional. If I missed anything, do let me know in the comments.